everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm back to break down this 3-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. Before we get into it, if you do enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you feel like I'm offering you some valuable insight, if you feel like it's entertaining and or both, if you could leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, I would greatly appreciate that. YouTube continues to tell me about 60% of my audience is not subscribed, so if that's you and you enjoy the content, I would greatly appreciate that you just take a second to do that. And then if you're getting real serious about NBA DFS, I would highly recommend my NBA DFS Patreon package that's linked below in the description. You get access to my premium projections, core plays, all of my data sheets that include things like which teams are good about giving up offensive rebounds so you can take advantage and get some good plays in your lineups. Everything that these big sites offer and more at a much more affordable price, that's the goal. So go ahead and check that out, link below. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and start breaking down this slate today. First game on the slate is Toronto taking on Milwaukee. Looks like Drew Holiday's listed as questionable. Kyle Lowry's listed as questionable, so that's the two biggest pieces of injury news in this one. As far as the latest news on Kyle Lowry, is it true questionable? Drew Holiday, we don't really have a latest update, so keep an eye on that one. Of course, if Kyle Lowry's out, it's going to give a slight bump up to guys like Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell, Chris Boucher. OG Anunoby is back. So that we could also be looking to some more usage for a guy like a Terrence Davis down here at 3K. Maybe he gets a few more minutes. Maybe he gets a few more run. And a few of those other guards like a Flynn. So keep an eye on the news as far as Kyle Lowry is concerned. But right now, this game comes in with a 233.5 over-under with a 6.5 point spread in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. So expected to be a close game, expected to be high-scoring one. So I'm definitely going to have interest in Giannis Antetokounmpo because the only thing that scares me off him oftentimes is the spread and his team blowing other teams out. We've seen this guy really play well recently, putting up 70, 65, 74, and 72 DraftKings points, consistently going out there playing upper 30 minutes, which we don't see out of Giannis. Oftentimes, we've been seeing him playing like the low 30 minutes, so I love to see that. So I'm going to love Giannis tonight for sure. I think he's worth paying up for. Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, all make sense as well, or both make sense as well. 53 DraftKings points last time for Fred VanVleet in a fast-paced game. I'm going to like him. Pascal Siakam, I like as well. These two guys don't really get affected by the news that OG Anunoby's coming back too much. I think that it affects Chris Boucher and Norman Powell the most. These guys getting more so starter roles, more minutes, more usage. I think that Chris Boucher at 6'3" could take a big hit here because when OG Anunoby was playing consistently, they really were deciding not to play this guy too many minutes. So maybe he's won over the coaching staff recently with his big performances, but maybe he hasn't. It's kind of something we're going to have to wait and see. You could take a risk and play him, or you could take a risk and not play him. Because he's a very good fantasy point per minute producer. That's not the issue. The issue is Nick Nurse deciding he just didn't want to play Chris Boucher a whole ton. So, yeah. I mean, that's my overall insight there as far as the Toronto coaching staff with him. Milwaukee, Chris Middleton makes a ton of sense at 7-8 as well. As if there continues to be no Drew Holiday. I would still like Chris Middleton if there is Drew Holiday, but I like him a lot more without. Really been struggling recently, I will say, but I just don't expect this to continue. This guy's way too good of a shooter, and at 7-8, I want to take advantage of his price tag continuing to drop. And then you can be looking at a Dante DiVincenzo at 5'4" as well, and a Brook Lopez. Those would be the main core plays I'm looking to in this one. As far as who I am playing. Moving further along, we got Brooklyn taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is listed as questionable. Kevin Durant is out. Kyrie Irving is listed as questionable. But it does look like he's more so probable, so expect him to be in. LeBron James, I'd expect to be more so probable as well. Yeah, he is. So they're just designated questionable tags for the fun of it, I guess you could say, in the NBA. So James Harden at the top here at 10-6. This game comes with a 237 over-under with a 2-point spread in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. So expected to be very high scoring. Expected to stay close. I just said I was interested in Giannis, but LeBron James at 10-2 is cheaper and in a better matchup and has all the usage with no Anthony Davis. So, I mean, I'm going to continue to really like LeBron James here at 10-2. He makes a ton of sense. On the Brooklyn side, you can play James Harden and Kyrie Irving without blinking an eye. They both make a ton of sense with no Kevin Durant. They're going to continue to see a bunch of usage. So I feel very comfortable playing Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and LeBron James. Just getting all the usage from this fast up-tempo game. And then you got Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell getting more usage and more minutes with no Anthony Davis. So don't be afraid to play these guys. And yeah, I mean, as far as the other value guys on the Brooklyn side, I'm looking to play Joe Harris with no Kevin Durant, but that's where my interest kind of drops off. It's Joe Harris, it's Kyrie Irving, it's James Harden. Jeff Green at 5'2", you could play. DeAndre Jordan at 4'9", you could play. Like, sure, these are the next guys up. Just don't feel quite as confident in them. But, you know, they're getting the minutes. Jeff Green getting a bunch of minutes. He's just not the best fantasy point per minute producer, but at times he'll go out there and have a big game, just such as he did last time out. He put up 35 DraftKings points. Now, keep in mind, there was no Kyrie Irving, so I'm sure he got more shots than he typically would. But, yeah, that's my overall breakdown here. Really, those are the guys I'm looking to play. I mean, Marc Gasol at 4K may be an interesting option with no Anthony Davis. He saw 30 minutes last time out, so maybe he's a sneaky play we can jump on. And he goes out there and has a big game. And yeah, that's my overall thought there. Miami taking on Sacramento, last game on the slate. We got Jimmy Buckets with a 223.5 over-under. Sacramento is terrible defensively, so it's crazy. There's some really good options on the slate. I talked about LeBron. We got James Harden and Kyrie Irving with no Kevin Durant. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo in a close game. And now we have Jimmy Butler taking on the Sacramento Kings, which is like literally the best matchup you could ask for Jimmy Butler. So at 8-8, you know, comparative his price tag to these other pay-up options, Jimmy Butler's like far and away my favorite just because he's so much cheaper. Like, we're not paying in the 10K range for Jimmy Butler, and I think he could literally go out there and have the same upside. We've seen him do it recently. He had 65 DraftKings points against the Los Angeles Clippers recently. So absolutely love Jimmy Butler for sure. De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield on the other side do make some sense. There is no Harrison Barnes, so not that Harrison Barnes is a high usage guy, but I do think that's going to open up some more usage, just naturally taking those minutes out of the rotation. And then you got Rashawn Holmes listed as out as well. So it's, you know, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Halliburton, Hassan Whiteside at 4'6" finally gets some minutes, and he's taken on his former team in Miami. So I think this is a juicy spot. I mean, this guy put up 58 DraftKings points last time out, and then if you've been following along for some time now, we know Hassan Whiteside absolutely hates the Miami Heat. He's had a lot of places he's gone that hasn't worked out well, but him and the Heat just do not get along. So I'm actually really excited to play some Hassan Whiteside at 4'6", especially if we find out he's starting. And then you got Marvin Bagley at 4'8", makes a lot of sense as well. But yeah, you got Bam Adebayo down low for the Heat, and then as far as at the bench is Kelly Olynyk and stuff, so it's like a question of how much Hassan Whiteside's actually going to play, but with no, this guy's fantasy point per minute production is just ridiculous, and with no Rashawn Holmes, he's going to get the opportunity. So yeah, I like Marvin Bagley, I like Hassan Whiteside, I like both of those guys, and then like I said, you throw in the narrative of the Hassan Whiteside, that makes me like him even more, and then Halliburton makes a ton of sense at 6K with no Harrison Barnes. I think he gets more minutes, more usage. So some pretty significant injury news there, actually. And then on the Miami side, I already mentioned this is like the best matchup. So it's not just Jimmy Butler. It's Bam Adebayo. It's Tyler Hero. It's Kendrick Nunn. All of these guys are going to have a ton of upside in this matchup. Sacramento, terrible defensively. Tyler Hero, especially at 5'9". I mean, this price tag is just too cheap for Tyler Hero in his role right now. He's playing around like 40 minutes a game. Can absolutely stroke it from behind the arc. He only shot 2 for 8 from behind the arc last time out, and he still put up 43 DraftKings points. So it's like, that price tag is just too cheap. And yeah, that is my overall breakdown of this 3-game slate. Before I let you guys go, I got to give you my lock of the night. Let's get into it. And my lock of the night tonight is going to be Tyler Hero. Just discussed him at 5'9". This price tag is way too cheap for the amount of minutes and usage that this guy has been receiving. Takes on this Sacramento team. It's one of the best possible matchup you could actually ask for. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, it's the best matchup you could ask for. And this guy's putting up 0.94 DK points per minute, getting around 40 minutes a game. I don't get why he's priced all the way down at this price tag, especially in this matchup. I will take it and run with it because there's no doubt at 5'9", this guy's going to kill that price tag in my mind. Get Tyler Heroes in your lineup because he is my lock of the night. So there you have it, guys. Tyler Hero at 5'9", my lock of the night, a price play, a matchup play, all of the above, a minutes play. Love him at that price tag. If you did enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. That would be greatly appreciated. And then if you're getting real serious about NBA DFS, don't forget to check out my Patreon package linked below in the description. That is all from me, guys. Wish you all the best of luck tonight, and we will see you in the next one.